We were inspired by the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Jesus Christ one, to baptize the dead. With this body, I will give this body the soul of Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church. And I would like to say, Joseph Smith, I baptize you.
Here comes God Mourning America that wants to baptize me. I don't mind getting baptized because I already believe in God. I want that God. And born 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 God. I don't believe in America. I don't believe in America.
Hello, fellow Christians. I'm Pastor Blumpkin. I don't know if y'all heard the sad news, but the American Idol singer William Hung today has passed. He was eaten by a cannibal in a hot dog costume. It was very sad. Luckily, I was able to baptize him right before he died. He can't be here in the studio, so I did replace him. His spirit is in this clown, and we are just going to douse him with some of this River City edibles. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. I guess that might also have been an exorcism, but that's okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Awesome Public Access Studios. It is season 3 of God Mourning America. We are joined by 6th Street's best cover band, Blank Hellscape. They're taking requests all night, and we have 3 terrifying vampires here for our vampire game show. Would you like to introduce yourselves? What's your name?
I'm Simony.
Is that your vampire name or your?
That's my human name.
Ooh, okay.
But my vampire name is Liana.
All right. And what is your vampire name?
What if it's both?
It can be both. It can be neither.
Liana.
Okay. Do you have another Liana here?
Elvira.
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, you've already won the coming up with a name part of this game show. But next, we'd like to do some vampire trivia. Our first round will be vampire trivia, very appropriately. Our second round will be called Edward or Jacob, also very appropriately. The answer will always be either Edward or Jacob. And the third round's a bit of a surprise. It's a bit of a wild card and perhaps a bit of a tiebreaker. Let's launch right into it. So our first question for vampire trivia is, what is the vampire capital of the world? Which country has the most vampires?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Was it, what? Was that, how did that word start?
Penn State.
That is close. That's actually accurate.
Pennsylvania.
Actually, Pennsylvania was correct. The United States is correct. In fact, in 2021, American blood products accounted for more than $24 billion in worldwide sales, and were 2.69% of the United States' total exports. So that is more than soy. America exports more than soy. And the reason is that we're one of the only countries that allows you to pay poor people small amounts of money for their blood plasma. In fact, some economists refer to America as the OPEC of plasma. So chew on that one, the OPEC of plasma. And in general, people are paid about $30 for a blood extraction of their blood plasma. And infusion that the people receiving these cures will get will be charged about $10,000 to the pharmaceutical companies. This is all from a book called Blood Money that I read recently. Okay, our next question. Okay, this is a fun one. It's kind of a sexy one, all right? Which vampire is famous for the Casa de Vampiros? Who is that? Which famous vampire?
Spanish-speaking vampire.
They're Spanish-speaking vampires. Who are we talking
Casa.
about?
I only know a couple.
I'm gonna go Edward.
I'm gonna go Nosferatu.
Okay, very close. It is actually the former dictator of Nicaragua, Anastasio Somoza Debayle. In 1978, after the assassination of journalist Pedro Joaquin Chamorro, it was discovered that he was in fact held the Casa de Vampiros, where he was extracting blood plasma from peasants in Nicaragua and paying them $5. That was in 1978. In today's money, that would be $24, which is what many Americans are actually paid for their blood plasma to this day. The Casa de Vampiros ended up being burned down during a peasant uprising. The blood plasma clinics in America, which give people $24 for blood plasma, have not been burned down yet. Let's get on to our next question. Okay. This is a kind of a yes or no. Can vampires fight crime? Is that possible?
I can.
Hey.
I choose not to, but I could.
Like I could.
But I won't.
I haven't.
All right. Well, I mean, this show, God Mourning America, is not about fighting crime. So Simony wins this. I mean, Liana wins this one, which I guess is both of you. You both have won for not fighting crime. However, there is a crime-fighting vampire. His name is Marvin Wiggins, and in 2015, the New York Times revealed that this Kentucky judge was instructing inmates to donate their blood plasma so that they could pay for their bills, which was, in the opinion of the Kentucky legislature, not the right thing to do. Marvin Wiggins was quoted as saying, "For your consideration, there's a blood drive outside, and if you do not have any money and you do not want to go to jail, as any option to pay it, you can give blood today. If you do not have any money, go out there and give blood and bring a receipt indicating that you gave blood." If they did this, they would get potentially a reduced sentence. There's actually a long history of taking blood from those who are incarcerated. In fact, in the 1980s, for the course of 20 years, in Arkansas, it was under the governorship of Bill Clinton and the presidency of Ronald Reagan, it was found that a blood company was regularly extracting blood from prisoners and selling it overseas. This company is Bayer, the maker of the famous aspirin. And in fact, they ended up selling HIV-tainted blood to Latin America and Asia. This led to the only outbreak of HIV in Japan. Google this shit. This shit really happens. Okay, that was Bayer Pharmaceuticals. This is what vampires do. Vampires are scary. Okay, this one. Is Vlad the Impaler a real person?
He was.
That is the best kind of correct. You're right. He was. I actually did have to Google. I actually had to double check if Vlad the Impaler was real. And he was. Why did he want the blood?
To be like us?
To be younger.
To be like you. To be younger. Right.
Like us.
That's right. He wanted to look much more like
Younger
like
vampires,
you.
yeah.
That's right. Like younger vampires. This still continues to the day. In 2016, Jesse Karmazin, a young Silicon Valley medical student, opened a company with the sole intention of infusing older people with the blood of younger people. He opened clinics. What city might he open a clinic for this extremely expensive procedure?
Pennsylvania's a state.
Okay, that's correct. So that is 10 more points. You are highly in the lead at this point.
Yeah.
But Austin might be a place where people might spend up to $12,000 for this unproven and archaic treatment. Interestingly, Austin has a very low rate of blood plasma centers because it's a generally upper income city. So we have about 1 in every 100,000 blood plasma center for every 1 in 100,000 people in Austin, compared to so that's 1 in every 100,000 people in Austin, compared to 1 in every 16,000 people in Flint, Michigan. So we're doing great in that sense. This is a pro-Austin show, and we are doing much better than Flint, Michigan in the do we have to sell our blood plasma to survive department. So I'm considering that a win for all 3 of you Austin-based vampires on this one. And that concludes round 1. We have a clear leader, but it's 2 people.
Yeah.
So we have 2 clear winners at this point, and I promise the next round will be a lot more fun. Welcome to season 3 of God Mourning America.
Woo!
All right, this is like hellscape.
Thank you very much.
Wait, was that me? What was that? I don't think that was me. It smells kind of weird in here. Huh? Smell that? Is that coming from inside the plane? What the heck is all that sounds and smells? Do 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 do. I love celery. Oh man, I hope the fridge isn't broken again. No, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not. No, really, all I want to do is just take off my extra clothes. I just had one more sound. I don't know what that sound is. I have to find out. One more celery sound. God, how is this gonna be?
Ow! Wow, are you okay? You're just kind of like going off, and that is really disruptive. Where do you think you're going to do with all that celery, Missy?
Yeah, of course. It's not coming in here.
You better rethink that.
Absolutely not.
It's not coming in here.
Why me? She just got me yesterday! For death and glory! Why no celery?
Just what do you plan on making with it, Missy? Exactly. You have no plan for it. You're just easily seduced by it in the grocery store when all those little sprinklers come down and sprinkle water on it.
That's not true. That's not true. It's versatile. The inspiration will come.
Yeah, you ever heard of FIFO?
FIFO.
No, you turnip fuck. It's first in, first out.
Okay, I get it. I'll use the stuff that I have in the fridge before I get new stuff.
Well, you're just a real
I know.
smart ass, aren't you?
I can juice the celery, and then I can freeze it and turn it into a gordita.
You have a food hoarding sickness. You're a freak.
Wait, I've always wanted to make a celery salad with peanuts and golden raisins.
Likely story. Just face it, you lack the necessary willpower to follow through on your ideas. You're a weak freak!
No, you're wrong. I will use it. I will. No, I won't. What are you guys doing here farting up a storm? Stop farting. You're not supposed to be farting. I'm supposed to eat you and then fart. Everybody, chill. I'll squash you into juice. All of you will become juice.
Are you ready? Yeah. My intuition's telling me it's time. Angels sing in the outfield, playing baseball. Don't they know God don't watch baseball? He's a rainstorm. He's a butterfly wing. He's a deadbeat. He's everything, but he don't watch baseball. Swinging for the fences, playing baseball. but I don't play baseball. But I don't play baseball, baseball, baseball.
I would like to turn our attention to Mrs. Fifi Knife Fight, or Miss Fifi Knife Fight. Did you just recently get married?
Not yet married. No, still
Okay.
on the market.
Unmarried, still on the market. Let's talk about some stuff. What do you do? What do you say that you do?
I have a band, and
Okay.
then I am also a nanny. Those are like the two main things that I do.
A band and a nanny.
Yeah, and I love to
Nice.
party also, just
Yeah,
like
amazing.
full-time job.
Okay, is the party like always at your house, or like most 95% of the time?
See, that is a common misconception. It is
Weird.
always at my brother's house, which is what I wrote the song about.
There's a song about it even.
Okay, all right now.
Okay, so how many songs have you written?
Like 100 or more. I don't know.
100 or more?
Yeah.
Wow. How many are good?
Like 10.
10. You've
Probably
written
more
10
than
good
10.
songs.
More than 10,
That's
but
a
I
good
don't
shot
know.
for a lifetime. 10 good songs. I don't know if y'all know about the ratios of good songs that a person can write. It's not many.
Good is very subjective, you know. I have a bunch that I think are great, but, you know.
Okay.
It's hard to say.
When you perform, what are your go-to stage moves? What's your favorite stage move to do?
Getting up on top of the bar. I know you said we
Whoa.
were going to talk about this. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
I
it.
love to get up on a bar. I
Okay, how fucking
realized-
dangerous is that?
It depends on the bar.
Okay.
It does. It depends. Some of them are slippery. A lot of them slant in towards the bartender, which is something I learned, so that if you spill a drink, it doesn't spill on the floor. It spills in towards the bartender who can clean it up.
Okay.
It's like a little pro tip. If you want to stand on a bar someday.
You too can stand on a bar. Someday, you too. All right. So, would you advise people going to your shows to also stand on the bar?
I think the thing about being in the band that is performing is that you are afforded a little bit more leeway in terms of what you're allowed to do at a bar,
Nice.
which is what I like about performing. It's like most of the time they're not going to stop you
Yeah.
because you're doing a show.
Have you ever tried to smoke a cigarette inside while playing?
I have not. I have witnessed others do it,
Fuck.
and no one said anything, you know.
No one said anything.
I saw a mutual friend of ours light a joint up on stage one time, pass it all through the crowd, and came back around. So, yeah, you know, I think I quickly learned seeing other bands in Austin that you can get away with almost anything here.
Man, I really, really love your songs. I really love like how danceable some of your music is.
Thank you.
Really like energetic, getting it, going at it. Are you ever gonna release music like to the public for sale?
It's so funny that you asked me that because, in fact, I have a whole album coming out on Halloween called I'm Not Mad, Just Disappointed. We have 3 singles out already, which are Leech, Never Get Better, and Joni. They're all on our Spotify and Apple Music and all the fucking shit, and you should give us money, please.
Let's talk about Russia.
Oh, okay,
So
perfect. That's much better, yeah.
You were really into Lenin, and so much so that you saw Lennon's body.
I did.
You went specifically to go for that.
Yeah, it was just me. It was not a class trip or
class
anything. It just me.
Weird.
No, I'm lying. That was
Oh,
obviously
it was-
we all
everybody
went
was
to go
there.
see Lennon. Yeah, they were like, it's important.
Because you have
go
to
see
stay in a
Lennon.
group. Did they let you go out of your group?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we were allowed to go. Honestly, I feel like the danger was way overemphasized. By the end of the 3 months that I was there, I was like wandering the streets drunk like all the time, just like meeting people and being like, I'm a student from America. And they'd be like, okay, like go back to your dorm. Like
You were
nothing
in
bad
Russia
happened
for
to
3
me.
months.
Yeah.
At like what kind of a school is it? Like an art school or like
Yeah,
acting specific?
It's called
or?
Mahat. So it is
Mahat.
the Moscow Art Theater, and it was actually founded
Okay.
by Stanislavski, the father of modern theater. And yeah,
Is that the
I
guy who
studied
did
there
the
for-
method acting stuff?
He was one of them. Yes. Yeah.
Really? Okay, into that. Did you learn method acting?
I mean, method acting today versus what method acting back then was are two very different things.
Sure.
No one was like mailing dead pig fetuses to each other in Moscow, you know? Like, it was more just like, this is the most intuitive way to play a character. Like, just like
Sure.
picture yourself in that situation and then act the way that you would act.
How would you
And
do
that's
it?
like what method acting is.
Yeah. I feel like I'm method acting myself as I go.
Every fucking day of my life.
I mail myself some dead pig heads every once in a while.
Nothing better.
Gotta keep it interesting.
Yeah.
When you come home.
Just picture myself in a situation and I'm like, how would I react to that? That's my whole life.
Yeah. Make up situations and make up how you're gonna react to them. Okay. So, do you speak Russian? Any Russian at all?
Like a teeny tiny bit.
Teeny tiny bit.
I know words.
Can you sing one word in Russian?
Здравствуйте.
I loved that.
I don't know why you're so. Why you want me-
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте. Oh, thank you. Fucking, I hate to be made to like sing on the spot. It's the whole reason I made a whole band so that we could practice together, and then we would go do things the way that I planned them.
Oh, okay. Speaking of bands, and you're having a band. Okay, so how do you feel about Bob Dylan?
I hate him.
You hate Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I fucking hate his guts.
Why do you hate Bob Dylan?
I just think he's an asshole, and I don't like his music,
He's
and
an
I think he's a
asshole.
bad singer, and
He's kind of a weird singer.
he makes me mad. He makes me
you mad.
mad, and I hate all his fans too. I hate all his little fucking fanboys.
You hate everybody who likes Bob Dylan.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
categorically,
Okay.
yeah.
That's a really hard stance for somebody who wrote their name on an acoustic guitar.
Did Bob Dylan do that?
Well,
I don't know anything about him.
I think it's the line of like Woody Guthrie to Bob Dylan to Fifi Knife Fight is really short.
It's like vibes based. Like I just like look at him and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, especially now. I mean, he does kind of look like throw up.
Back then too,
but-
fucking, I don't know. How many boys have I met in Austin that look just like Bob Dylan that have done me dirty?
How many?
Too many.
Do you want to put a number to that?
No.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. So, speaking of Bob Dylan, so you've made this transition between acoustic instrumentalist and electric lead singer person. Has that transition been really easy on your fans?
No one has really said anything except for positive things when we first did it. It was always kind of the plan, but honestly, when I first moved here, I was like, it's not realistic to like expect to be a front person. Like, I'll never find 3 people to be in a band with me.
How could you in Austin, Texas?
I
Three
don't know.
people in a band? You kidding? Okay. But so it's a good transition.
Yeah.
It's been smooth.
It has.
You haven't had any like hate mail come at you.
No hate mail. I
No
don't
hate
think.
mail.
No.
But hate texts or something.
Oh, you know,
No.
you just pick up haters as you go.
Okay. What is your best advice on what to do with haters?
The first thing that came to my mind, this is so fucked up. You know the scene in Fargo where they put Steve Buscemi in the wood chipper? It's like immediately what I thought of. I have no explanation for that. But yeah, that's what you should do to your haters.
Wood chipper.
Yeah.
Love it. You smell a lot like Jasmine today, which is
Yes.
fucking amazing. So pleasant. Love it. Love a flower smell. Besides flower smells, what's your favorite smell?
Oh my God. You know those Yankee Candle, like vanilla cookie candles that smell like vanilla cookies?
No.
No?
They
smell like cinnamon, like sugar cookies. It's my favorite smell. My grandparents had them when I was a kid, and I used to eat the wax. Because they smell so good.
Okay. That's probably where all this blood comes
that's
from.
my final answer.
I thought of another question that I asked the last person.
Cool.
Your lover's piss or your lover's sweat?
Sweat, all the way.
Perfect.
All the way, yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Fifi Knife Fight, joining me and God Mourning America for a lovely little talk about this album that's coming out soon. Tell us about it. Tell us the name again.
It's called I'm Not Mad, Just Disappointed.
She's not mad, just disappointed. And she will be if you don't get the album. You really should. It costs so much fucking money to do this, and it's just a death trap.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Why do we do it?
What are we doing?
Thank you, Blank Elf Kid.
Welcome back to round 2 of our game show all about vampires. I think if round 1 was a bit scary, sort of a Werner Herzog Nosferatu, then this is much more of a Stephanie Meyer. Meyer. This is kind of the sexy round. And then round 3 would probably be more like Count Chocula, I would say. We're going in that direction. We also have a special guest here. This is a little rich. Okay, this round is called Edward or Jacob, and that will be the answer to every single question. It will either be Edward or Jacob. So for our first round, our first question, I have printed out a close-up shot of either Edward or Jacob. Okay, and you're gonna have to zoom in. We'll put this in post. We'll put this on the big screen. But for now, you'll have to look at these zoomed pictures. So I need you to tell me: are we looking right now at Edward or Jacob?
Oh, this one's like the background.
Okay. Let me borrow one of these quickly to try to get our until we put this in post. Our close-up shot. We can also hand it over to the audience. Pass it around. Are we looking at
Should we just go Edward?
Edward?
That's what I was gonna say.
But it's also like giving no clothes, and that's kind of a Jacob's thing.
I'd also like to hear from the audience. Are we? Can I hear a round of applause? Are we team
Edward? Body
Edward?
shame.
Okay, we're team Jacob. Okay, now tell me, what? Who are we looking at?
Oh wait, that is body hair.
Yeah. What?
We're going Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no clothes.
We see some body
And
hair.
we see maybe a little bit of body
Edward
hair.
covers it.
Okay. So what part of the body do you think you're looking at?
The pit.
The pit of what?
The yarm.
The yarm.
Or the like.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. That is a bit of a trick question. You're looking at a thumb.
Oh my. This isn't Jacob from Twilight? I thought Jacob.
By the way, what are you vampires drinking?
Oh my. Well, first, you gotta shake it up.
We are. Do you know the name of what you're drinking?
Of course. It's River City Edibles.
That's right. You are drinking an edible, which is this is blood. This is very, very strong blood, I have been told. This is 15 doses of blood. And here on Austin Public Access, we cannot entice you to do this yourself, nor would we ever ask you to use a psychedelic product. But we do here at Mourning America. We drink River City brand blood. Okay. Next question. The answer is Edward or Jacob, and I promise this one's a real one, okay? This one, the answer truly is this Edward from Twilight or Jacob from Twilight? Okay, so I want you to tell me, I'm going to read you a quote from one of these two young, strong, virile men, and I want you to tell me who said this, and for bonus, in which book of Twilight was this said? Your long, dark hair and chocolate brown eyes sunk deep into your beautiful face are as blinding as the blood-red sun. I can't stare too long because I'm afraid of the monster inside of me. Who said that? Was that Edward or Jacob?
There's
Edward.
blood in that.
Jacob.
Edward. Liana's are feeling that.
Well,
Feeling
you
it.
said different things.
No.
Wait.
Wait, who's Edward? No, Edward.
I said
You
Edward.
said Edward.
Final answer.
Okay, you're correct. The answer is Edward. And which book was that?
Oh, it's 2. No, 3. 2 or 1.
Ooh, 2.
How many? 2.
I'm
Boom.
thinking 2.
Okay, so you are correct that she did have chocolate brown eyes early in the story before her. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. It's later in the series. This is actually from my own personal fan fiction. Twilight, new moon shines big and bright deep in the heart of Texas.
I would read.
And the next one, I want you to again tell me Edward or Jacob. This is also from my own personal fan fiction. New moon shines big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. Okay, did Edward or Jacob say, in addition to your long, dark hair and chocolate brown eyes, which really are pretty sunk into your beautiful face, Nikki, I think maybe you should get some more sleep. May I add that the scent of your blood, tinged with mosquito-repelling nicotine, buffalo chicken sauce, and River City edibles, is so inebriating that I am seriously tripping balls. What the fuck is in your blood? Do I need to go to the hospital? And then I'm like, no, babe, that's just my secret sauce. I live on the edge, man. Fuck the police. I do what I want. Now get off that huge fucking like horse or big ass like rodeo bull you're riding on and ravish me. But leave the cowboy hat on. The folksy headwear in combination with your animalistic predatory glare makes you kind of look like Ted Cruz when he's trying to seem down to earth, which I find oddly erotic. And also, don't touch the money on my nightstand after I fall asleep. I counted it. When we're through, you can have one Pop-Tart from the shelf in my shower where I store my snacks on your way out, but not a cinnamon brown sugar one. Okay, was that Edward or Jacob?
It sounds like Bella's dad to me, right?
I get that a lot.
King, yeah.
I can see that.
Remember, it has to be one of them.
I'd go Edward.
It was Edward, that's right.
Nice.
Looks great in that cowboy hat. Okay. Once again, the answer is for this next question is Edward or Jacob. Okay, who has a higher net worth, Ed Sheeran or Jake Gyllenhaal?
Ed.
It's got to be Ed. I wasted all of my research time on that first round, which was quite a cram session, but it's got to be Ed, right? Probably.
50 Shades of Grey is a Twilight fan fiction.
That's true. That's right. But we got to imagine that Ed Sheeran probably has a higher net worth, not potentially by much. So here's a follow-up question, and there is a correct answer to this. Would you rather sleep with Ed Sheeran and get half of his money, or Jake Gyllenhaal and get none?
Ed
of his
Sheeran.
money?
Yeah, Ed.
100
Yeah, I'll go
easily.
Ed.
I heard Jake Gyllenhaal's stinky.
Is he really?
Famously. Google that.
Okay. The correct answer is also, remember when Elizabeth Holmes took all that blood from people? And why are the rich taking all of our blood? round, which will begin now, is all about garlic, which I am quoting you as saying that you like very much. So this is a pretty fun one, and I think we can get a little bit of start getting a little bit of background music in here. I figure, in my estimation, the true vampire, the best vampire, would like garlic the least. Okay. So here's this round, and if you want to check out, if you want to tap out of this round, you can tap out of this round. But I will do everything that you do. I don't ask people to do something I won't do myself. So I figure the true vampire would be the one who eats the least amount of garlic. So what I'm thinking is that you will start with 5 cloves of garlic, eat 5 cloves of garlic. Now, if you're truly, if you're not a very good vampire, then 5 cloves of garlic, that's a shitload of garlic. So at that point you would stop because you've eaten 5 cloves of garlic. But if you're a strong vampire, if you're a real vampire, you'll hate garlic so much that you would proceed to the next round, which would be just 4 cloves of garlic.
Yeah.
And if you're really a strong vampire, you would hate garlic so much that you would proceed to the next round, which would only be 3 cloves of garlic. So you see, if you cut out quickly, you're eating 5 cloves of garlic. But if you get to the end, you're just eating 1 clove of garlic. That's right. So you have this moment to tap out and recruit a member of our audience. Also, I don't have to touch your garlic. You can get clean garlic that I can put my hands on if you like.
I like
The size of
it.
Would anyone like to tap out of the stage?
We'll see.
The size
We'll
of
see. So, round 1, we're each going to eat 5 cloves of garlic. This is actually the first thing I've eaten today. That's not a joke. We'll each have, I don't know if it's going to do my digestive system. We're going to eat 5 cloves of garlic. If you're a true vampire, then you'll go on to the next round, but you won't tap out at this huge amount of garlic. You'll go on to the next round, which would only be 4 rounds of garlic. I'll add at one time, don't.
Oh, okay.
At one time.
That
Ready?
makes sense.
Oh.
For 5? Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Ready, set, go. Go. Come on, go. Go down.
I did 3.
Go 5. I did 5.
Here are my last 2.
Okay. Good. So what about River City edibles? Good. I'm not a very good vampire.
I did 5.
Did anyone do 4?
I did all 5. How many did you eat?
I got 2 left.
Wait, 1 more? Do I win? Because I did 5.
You won.
Oh shit! Why did I eat that last one?
As is the case with most episodes of God Mourning America, I'm crying from the garlic. So we'll call that it. We have our winner, Liana, which has 2 people. There's a lot of extra garlic, if anyone needs garlic. Thank you so much for joining us for this game show all about vampires.
You know what? That'll flip the worm.
That'd be easier.
I don't know why that was easy for me.
Hi, welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today. We're gonna run the colors that we're gonna use today across the bottom of the screen here. We'll definitely use some alizarin crimson, titanium white, phthalo blue. We will be getting into some phthalo blue. So we're just starting out with a regular canvas here, 69 inches by 420 inches. Just get that coated in a little sort of virginal blood that's been set under a super blood moon. That's exactly how we want to start out. We've got our standard brushes here. We have our little fan brush. We got a 2-inch brush. Give it a little bit of this. That's what we like. That's what we like to hear. Let's have some fun. Let's get in here. Let's have some fun. Why don't we start out with a little bit of Van Dyke Brown? Van Dyke Brown. Get in there tough with it. Make it tough in there. Really get it into that brush. Just load it up. We want to incorporate some intensely haunting themes into our tableau today. All your nightmares can become reality right here on your canvas. So we want to get in, what's that? We want a little bit of permanent red. Let's go for some permanent red. Okay. We want to evoke a sense of fear in our fellow man. Okay, some titanium white. How about over here we put a friendly little inverted cross? Let's go ahead and clean our brush. We've got our little fan here. Why don't we go for some alizarin crimson? Now get you a big iced tea and go and sit in the yard and get looking at a demon. We're disgusting. We're awful. We are the scourge of this planet. Okay, let's incorporate that into our tableau. We don't make mistakes though. We just have happy accidents, right? Happy accident. It's up to you. It's up to you, whatever you want it to be. This is your little world, your little nightmare coming to life. So I want you to put whatever you feel in your disgusting heart right there on that. We're sort of conveying a sense of desolation and misery. Let's switch brushes here. I want to get a little bit more detail in there. A little dark sienna, I think. We'll finish that up. And there we go. Well, we hope you enjoyed this series. There's lots of demons and ghosts and devils and witches and warlocks and druids and reptile lizard people and all kinds of invisible folks that make everything happen in the world, and I want to say thank you to them. They're the ones who really make it possible. So this one's for them. This is a reflection of my heart. So go on out there and make some happy mistakes, okay? Make your dreams become a reality. Bye-bye now.
run right beside you. Harmony won't define you.